Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub. As we have set a target of completing 200 books in this entire year, here comes the book number 115. And the name of the book that we have today is Give and Take, written by Adam Grant. Let us see the brief information about Adam Grant. Adam Grant is an organizational psychologist and best-selling author who studies how people find motivation and meaning. So he's an American popular author and the professor of Wharton School of the University, specialized in organizational psychology. So psychology related. And when it comes to this book, it's all about entrepreneurship, psychology, and fitness also. Let us see the target audience before going further. The 19-year-old Instagram and fitness blogger who is tired after not seeing any results in 6 months. So those who are trying hard in the fitness and those who are trying hardness in the blogging, who are not getting results for the last 6 months, for them this book will help them. And the 39-year-old executive who just received stock options from his company and considers selling them all, means those who get the targets to sell all their shares on stock exchange. And anyone who sometimes feels burnt out from being taken advantage of. So those feel like burnt out, for them also this book will help them with the different techniques. Let us see the small synopsis. Give and Take explains 3 different types of how we interact with each other and shows you why being a giver is, contrary to popular belief, the best way to success in business and life. So why being a giver is the best way to success in business and life. So let us listen from the author, Adam Grant. Being a giver is not good for a 100-yard dash, but it is valuable in a marathon. I loved Originals, Adam Grant's latest book. Give and Take, he published in 2013, and while it is also about personality, its premise is slightly different. An original is something you can become over time, in case you are not already. But you are already a giver, a taker, or matcher. So with this one, it's about switching to the right category instead of acquiring something that is actually totally new to you. You know plenty of examples of people who match any of these 3 types already. We all do. Giver, taker, matcher. There are those who are preoccupied with making sure they get their share. Those who want everyone to have their fair share. And of course, those who lead with generosity. So we will see the 3 types of people. One is giver, second one is taker, and the third one is matcher. Interestingly, Adam Grant establishes that it's a very last category, the giver, who is predetermined to thrive. Yes, even in the competitive world of business, the giver is predetermined to thrive. I don't know if you believe in karma, but I do believe there is something about coincidence that makes me think there is got to be some kind of cosmic scoreboard, and I have never regretted giving too much. I don't know what success will look like for me, but I surely know that Give and Take made me want to keep on giving. I hope it will do the same for you. Let us see the top 3 lessons from this book. Here are the 3 lessons about giving and taking and why giving is the best. First lesson is whether we give or take depends on the specific situation. Whether we give or take depends on the specific situation. Give away your power conversation to get others on your side. Give away your power in conversation to get others on your side. And the third important lesson is givers cannot burn out if they see how big their impact is. If you want to build an empire on making honey, not hand grenades, then this is for you. Let us see each and every lesson in detail. Let's get started. Lesson number 1. You adapt your giving style to specific people and situations. It is fluid. Sometimes you give, sometimes you take, sometimes you negotiate. While we all have a predominant style that marks us as a giver, taker, or matcher, we adapt our behavior to certain situations and depending on who we are surrounded by. Let us take an example. Even takers donate money at mass in church when everyone around them does, while a giver might hide their generosity because she is scared of being thought of as weird. So there are few situations where who takers donate the money and givers might hide generosity. Other than peer pressure, how well we can relate to a person also impacts how generous we are. Believe it or not, if you are a Manchester United fan and you see an injured runner on the sidewalk who is wearing a jersey of the club, you are 3 times more likely to help him out than if he just wore a plain t-shirt. Our giving style is not set in stone. It is fluid. Let me repeat this. Our giving style isn't set in the stone. It is fluid. Whether based on the situation, it should be vary. We shape and change it constantly, even without realizing it. So no matter which type you are titled towards or you are tilted towards, it's never too late to switch from one style to the another style. You can always switch from one state to the another state, which is from giver, taker, or negotiator, or matcher. Let us see the lesson number 2. Practice powerless communication to get support when you need it. There is a scene in the funny romantic comedy Ghost of Girlfriend's Past, where Matthew McConaughey's mentor tells him that the power of the relationship lies with whoever cares less. Let me repeat this. The past Matthew McConaughey mentor tells him that the power of the relationship lies with whoever cares less. As the film will go on to show, that's a very sad statement to live by, and according to Adam Grant, it is also not true. Most of the time, we are told to be confident, to speak up, to assert ourselves, and sometimes that is necessary. However, Adam says there is nothing more convincing than giving up power. When you communicate powerlessly, you don't focus on what's in it for you. When you communicate powerlessly, you don't focus on what's in it for you. In true giver fashion, you focus on the other person and you ask questions and seek advice. So in giver mindset, you focus on the other person, the person you are talking with, and you ask the questions and seek advice in the proper manner. It creates zero resistance in the other person because it puts them in power. So naturally, many people will choose to help you or to get suggestions from them. Let us take another example. When a woman working at a Fortune 500 company had to relocate from one place to another place, She was about to have to quit her MBA studies. Feeling powerless, she asked the HR manager, "What would you do?" And ultimately ended up getting exclusive access to the company's private jet to relocate and be able to attend classes. So a woman who want to relocate, she got that help from HR manager. So she helped her to go to company's private jet to relocate and be able to attend classes every now and then. There is no force, no game, no sweet talk in powerless communication. It's just natural, human, pure honesty, and that's what makes it powerful, so powerful. So let us see what is this powerless communication once again in the Google. So powerless communication is to believe it to make a person seem tentative and uncertain and less likely to be given a promotion or other status. Is characterized by hesitation like well or tag questions like don't you think so? So this is all about the powerless communication. Let us see the lesson number 3. You can't burn out as a giver as long as you see the impact you create. If you keep on giving, you will win. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday you will. However, sometimes even the most generous giver can be burnt out and exhausted. I have been surprised at how much energy I have recently, especially considering how little food and sleep I get on some days. Don't worry, nothing too extreme. Thanks to what Adam has found out, it now makes perfect sense. Givers don't have to work less hours. They have to see more of the impact they make when helping others. Let me repeat this statement. Givers don't have to work less hours. They have to see more of the impact they make when they help others. As long as you see the purpose in things you do, there are very few limits on your productivity. Every time I get an email saying, "Thanks, Nick, your site really helps me," or every time I receive an email like, "Thanks, Akhil, that I got help from you," or a small payment, or a share on Twitter, that puts fuel in my tank to want to wake up the next day and work even harder. So I write this particular blog post just before 7 like that. Burnout is for the purposeless. Find a way to see the impact you have as often as possible, and you will be able to give us for however long it takes. Burnout is for the purposeless. Find a way to see the impact you have. So if you have a purpose, you will not feel a burnout as often as possible, and you will be able to give for however long it takes. Thank you so much. Let me repeat the three lessons that we can see. Whether we give or take depends on the specific situation. If you feel that you are not getting results in 6 months, in the past 6 months, apply the technique of adapting your style and switching your style from one style to another style. If you are continuously giving, try to analyze the situation before give. If you are continuously taking, try to analyze the situation and switch the predominant style and make it like giving or taking as a fluid style. And when you are trying to communicate with each other in your relationships, give away your power to other people so that they will help or they will guide you what you need to do. Givers cannot burn out if they see how big their impact is. So just look for the purpose and how your impact is going to happen when you are going to give something to others. This is all about give and take policies. said by Adam Grant. So it is not about whether you give others or whether you take others, but it is all about how do you switch from one state to another state, and it is all about what situation and what style you are adapting. Generally, it is saying that it is required to do right activity at right time at right place. So if you are good in that, well and good. If you are not good in that, try to switch this philosophy of give or psychology of give and take based on the situation. Thank you so much. See you in another book summary next week. Until then, stay connected. Keep